What up YouTube? In today's video I'm gonna be showing y'all how I made this hard BossMan Dlow beat from scratch. Let's get straight into it. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I just made this beat on video and I realized that I was recording without any audio. So now I'm just gonna show you guys how I made the beat from scratch. So I started off with this brass right here. So I utilized this half step to make it a lot more dark and obviously add more attention. Also, it's just seen a lot in BossMan Dlow beats, especially with brass. And I added it on the second bar and the fourth bar because I knew I was going to add a bass piano here that had some bounce to it. So I wanted to leave a little bit of space open. And that's exactly what I did. So I brought in this bass piano on top of it. And this is how a lot of BossMan Dlow beats start out. They start out with this like bass piano kind of going like this. I just decided to add it because it's a good layer to have. You know, you can build more melodies off of it. So this is kind of what it sounds like. Like you can already tell this shit's gonna be hard. Then I added this little bell key. Add some more tension, just utilizing these half steps, filling in some ambience, you know. Then I added this. Wait, did I add the vocal next? No, I low-key didn't. I added this string. So this. I always add a string, kind of like it's almost like a pad. It like replaced it for me, and I just think it sounds a lot better. Fills in a lot of space, you know, just layering it on top of this brass, but extending it through the whole way. And now I added this vocal in here to just again fill more ambience. Just makes the beat sound better. I mean, just kept it on D. I didn't really switch up anything. Just makes it a little bit better. I added this higher up brass. Just makes it sound more full. It makes it way harder, honestly. Then I added this bell to top it off. And I knew I wanted the chorus to kind of come in softer, so basically what I did is I took this first part here and I knew it was a little bit lighter, so I just kept the first brass that I had and I kept it like this. And then the second part of the chorus, I added an octave up of the string and I added the higher brass, so it sounds like this. See, that's a lot louder, so like the artist can kind of come in more on that second part. And then I also introduce it in the first part of the intro right here. Also, if you guys want access to more melodies like this, I'm starting a royalty-free website where I'm going to put my whole catalog of loops on there, and every month I'm going to be releasing at least like 20 or 30 loops. Just 15 bucks a month to sign up right now, so DM me the word royalty-free or comment it down below and I'll send you guys the info. Alright, let's get back to the video. So that's it for the melody. Let's get into the drums now. The first thing I did was add this crash. I like this crash. I mean, it sounds kind of orchestral. Like, I just like it. I know it's gonna sound good every time the beat comes in. Then I added this snare right here. But I mean, everybody uses the lure snare, so I want to make it a little bit different, you know. So I layered it with this big snare, and I put some reverb on the snare too. See, we got reverb going. It just makes it sound more full. But I didn't go and do anything crazy. I mean, I just added, you know, a normal snare pattern. Then I added this rim. It's a percussion. A lot of times in BossMan Dlow beats, you have these fast rims like this, and I think it sounds really good. So I put it in most of my beats that are like more upbeat, you know. And then I added a couple here as well, just to fill in the empty space, you know. And then I added this. That's in a lot of these beats. I like to put these two next to each other. A lot of people just put one, but I like to have two. And then at the end, I have it here. Kind of transitions it well, you know. I really like that one. I put it in most of my beats. Then I have a laser here as well, just transitioning the end of it. I feel like it sounds good. It kind of gives you like a transition to the next part of the beat, you know what I mean? Then I added this open hat to layer it on top of the 808, and this is really important, like layering your open hat on the 808. I'll go over that last because that's what I did last, but I knew my 808 was going to be like this. I knew that was going to be the start of the 808 pattern, so I kept that there. And then I put this one because it sounded good. It added to the bounce, you know. And this is when it really starts coming together, you know. So then I added these hi-hats, and these are the sauce, bro. I'm telling you. Like, I'm going to give you guys some sauce right here if you don't know this, man. Grab your hi-hat, put some in on it, a little bit of boost, and then come up here, add some fruity fast distortion. Don't even do anything to it. Put it to about 15%. I put this to 22%. You can see it in the top left. And then for the reverb, I put it to about 36%, whatever you want. And it sounds so much more full. Like, I'll turn it off. Hear that? And then turn it on. It sounds way more full. You know, it sounds a lot better. And then I add these triplet rules right at the start. Because I feel like that just makes it hit harder at the start, you know, with the 808s and everything going on. Now let's move into 808s because, like, come on, this is the most important part. First thing I got here, we got the boost 808 just coming in really hard at the first bar right here. Yeah, that's crazy. And then I have it coming in at the 5th as well. And then I took in another 808 because I didn't want the boost one playing out the whole thing because it was like doing too much, you know. So I decided to use this distorted one, which is super hard as well. Yeah, that's just crazy. And I mean, yeah, that's basically the whole beat. Basically, if you're trying to make these beats from scratch yourself, I recommend just laying down a bass piano first. I mean, it can really help you build off a melody, you know what I mean? Just like this whole melody literally just came from something like this in the brass. Like, where'd this brass go? Right here. And see how it kind of made this like repetitive? Like, it's almost going 4 in a row. A lot of these beats will go like 4 hits in a row, kind of like this. Like, that sounds really good too. Like, having that bounce in your brass can really help you for these beats because a lot of them have that. And I just decided to take that one out and put up a half step. You know, it's not really much to it. But if you have hard drums and you can just make a simple bouncy melody, that's really all you need to make these crazy beats, man. Into the arranging, in the intro, like I said, I put the second part of the chorus so they were kind of ready, you know, for what's coming in besides this brass. But I put in the string here. And then the first part, I made a little bit quieter so the artist has more space, you know. And then moving into the verses, I just take out instruments. And I did also add this extra piece right here, this brass. Again, just utilizing this half step, making it darker, like that BossMan Dlow sound, you know what I mean? It sounds crazy. And still following the root notes, you know? Let's just listen to the beat now. Alright, YouTube, that's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe.